Hello and welcome to In Depth. I'm Tina Jha. IT czar Azim Premji is all set to retire as executive chairman of Wipro Limited, a company that he founded and helmed for 53 long years. In a statement, Wipro announced on Thursday that Premji will retire as executive chairman upon the completion of his current term on 30th July 2019. His elder son, Rishad Premji, Chief Strategy Officer of the company, will take over reins of India's fourth largest information technology services company. Although Azim Premji will continue to serve on the board as non-executive director and founder chairman of Wipro. One of the pioneers of India's hugely successful IT services industry, Azim Premji steered Wipro from a fledgling company with just $2 million in sales back in 1966 to over $11 billion in diversified business, largely software services and consumer products. But his greatest legacy is that he laid the benchmark for philanthropy, showing the way for corporate India to give back to society. Today in Depth, we take a look back at the encouraging and glorious journey of Azim Premji, his efforts and success in steering Wipro to new heights, and his unparalleled legacy to India's business culture. So it is going to be the end of an era in the IT industry as Wipro founder Azim Premji announces his retirement, which comes after a long and successful innings spanning 5 decades at Wipro Limited, the company he built into one of the country's largest technology service firms. He now aims to devote more of his attention to philanthropic initiatives.
Azim Hashim Premji, the founder of IT major Wipro Limited, is set to retire after having led the company for 53 years. In a filing to BSE, Wipro said that its founder Azim Premji will retire as the executive chairman and managing director upon the completion of his term on July 30, 2019. However, he will continue to serve on the board as non-executive director for 5 years till July 2024. He has also been conferred the title of founder chairman. He will hand over the reins of the firm to his son, Rishad Premji. Rishad is Wipro's Chief Strategy Officer since May 2015 and has been on the company board since the year 2018. Wipro board has also announced that Chief Executive Officer and Executive Director Abidali Zetni Machwala will be redesignated as CEO and Managing Director.
I think in India, in the last few decades after independence, Azim Premji would actually fit the description of what Mahatma Gandhi said an industrialist should be. That is a trustee of the wealth for the nation. Azim Premji is one man in the last 40 years who has become one of the biggest industrialists, richest people in the world. But still, it's what an ideal billionaire should be or a business should be. As Mahatma Gandhi described what kind of people they should be. So it was after a great amount of testing his son, making him rise through the ranks, giving him all kinds of internships at very small places, making him work hard, testing him. And the son also was very invisible. He was not dominating the company. Then decided that he is the biggest shareholder. Let him have the stewardship of the company. In all these years, you would never find any controversy on the father, son, or the family. So therefore, selection of his son, I would say, is on merit.
In a letter to company employees, Azim Premji thanked the employees for making the company what it is today. He also exuded confidence that it will scale new heights under his son Rishad's leadership. He said, and I quote, "Leading Wipro from 1996 till now has been the greatest privilege of my life. It has been an extraordinary journey, growing from being a small vegetable oil company to diverse global business that we are today. It's the deep commitment and hard work of Wiproites across generations that has helped shape the organization of today. Wipro will continually transform to scale new heights as the world changes while remaining firmly committed to its values." In a separate message to employees, Rishad said that future shines bright for Wipro, whose greatest strength is its people.
You see, it's a very interesting and very, very encouraging stage of transition, because when Premji started, it was, now he's known as IT Mughal of India. But in 66, when he took over from his father, he was only 21 years. And his family was, if I remember, in vegetable oil and other products. Nothing to do with the IT or infrastructure, all these things. This is the new field which he has taken over. His son is taking over because if you remember, Premji himself, his family owns about 74+% shares of Wipro and other associates. So with the retirement of Ajit Premji, which he has chosen to spend more time on philanthropic mission, which was his at the core of the heart, his son Rishabh has already been the chief strategist in his group.
A Bachelor of Arts in Economics from Wesleyan University in US and an MBA degree holder from Harvard Business School, he is also chairman of National Association of Software and Services Companies, or NASSCOM. In past 53 years, Azim Premji transformed a small hydrogenated cooking fat making company into an $8.5 billion global IT powerhouse. He also led the transformation of Wipro Enterprises Limited into a global FMCG, infrastructure engineering and medical device leader with revenue of approximately $2 billion. A recipient of Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan awards, Azim Premji now plans to devote more time for philanthropic activities. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
So Azim Premji transformed a small maker of vegetable oil into a $8.5 billion global tech titan, which is counted among India's top IT exporters today. He turned Wipro Enterprises into a global FMCG, infrastructure engineering and medical devices powerhouse with revenues of about $2 billion. In our next report, let's look at how over the past 53 years, Azim Premji led and built Wipro from a tiny business to a globally successful and admired organization. Azim Premji was born on 24 July 1945 in the Bombay Presidency of pre-independent India. His father, M.H. Hasham Premji, was the founder of Western Indian Vegetable Products Limited, the company that produced Vanaspati, a ghee processed from vegetable oils. A noted businessman, Hasham Premji was known as the Rice King of Burma. Azim Premji was only 3 years old when the India-Pakistan partition took place. Muhammad Ali Jinnah was reported to have invited his father, Muhammad Hashim Premji, to come to Pakistan. But Premji turned down his request and chose to remain in India. In 1966, just before Azim Premji was to complete his degree in engineering at Stanford University, his father passed away unexpectedly. Postponing his graduation, Azim Premji returned to India and took over the reins of his family business. In 1977, he changed the name of the company from Western Vegetable Indian Products to Wipro, and immediately expanded and diversified the company by venturing into consumer products like shoes, soaps, light bulbs and hydraulic cylinders. 2 years later, in 1979, when IBM was asked by the government to leave the country, Azim Premji began to steer his company towards the computer business. In the years that followed, he established a number of successful international partnerships to help Wipro build computer hardware for sale in India. However, it was software development that made the firm so lucrative. He moved the company headquarters to Bangalore. Azim Premji is credited with having built a reputation for hiring the best people and providing them with unparalleled training. Experts say he took advantage of India's large pool of well-educated software developers who were willing to work for much less money than their American counterparts. His company concentrated on developing custom software for export, primarily to the United States of America. With his perceptive vision, innovating marketing strategies, and clever tactics to boost the company's sales and profits, Azim Premji took Wipro to new heights.
It's very, very interesting. He's one of those who started with vanaspati or hydrogenated cooking oil, and he should have stuck there. He had a very good market. And people of his time, 1970s, those who were in textiles, Mafatlals, all those people, all those industrialists, they stuck to the old businesses and they vanished. They were big shipping tycoons. You never hear of them anymore. But Premji somehow saw that the future was in IT, and therefore he should go to IT, information technology, and other such intellectual sciences and logical sciences. And he switched over, moved from Bangalore to Bombay, set up Wipro as an IT company, and it became one of the biggest, sales of billions of dollars, and therefore he has done a switch, an individually owned company. You say there are other very large companies which have IT divisions, but he switched from a consumer item, a mass consumer item, and came to the very sophisticated field of information technology and dominated it in India and the world.
Due to substantial increase in technology stocks, Wipro's value skyrocketed in the late 1990s, making Azim Premji one of the richest entrepreneurs in the world. He retained the position well into the 21st century. In 1999, he officially completed his degree from Stanford through a distance learning arrangement. Despite his vast personal wealth, Premji continued to be recognized for his lack of extravagance, charity, and financial aid to a number of educational institutions. He established the non-profit Azim Premji Foundation in 2001, through which he aimed to improve the quality of elementary education in rural areas across the country.
Because when he took over, at that time, when I remember himself saying that he was looking so young, people were feeling very uncomfortable how he will take over this empire. So that's the time he grew his mustaches to look a little older so that he can share the chair with all the stalwarts within the organization. All right? But his aim was very, very clear. Three things were very clear. One, that the target was clearly defined to him. Whatever he thought, he was very clear, there was no ambiguity.
The business magnate has been the recipient of numerous awards and honors. In the year 2000, Premji received an honorary doctorate by the Manipal Academy of Higher Education. He was recognized as one of the greatest entrepreneurs by Business Week for making Wipro one of the world's fastest growing companies. In 2005, the government honored him with the Padma Bhushan for his excellence in areas of trade and commerce. In 2008, he got the honorary degree from Aligarh Muslim University on their 58th convocation ceremony. He also received an honorary degree in 2009 from Wesleyan University for his immense philanthropic work. In 2011, Premji was honored with the Padma Vibhushan, the second highest award in the country after Bharat Ratna. He has also been ranked among the most powerful and influential men of the world by leading magazines. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. Azim Premji is no stranger to making incredible, generous donations, mostly to help the less fortunate to receive good education. Azim Premji's donation to philanthropic causes has brought him in the league of top philanthropist billionaires like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. India's second richest man, Azim Premji, was the first Indian to sign the Giving Pledge, started by American billionaires Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, to commit at least 50% of their fortune to philanthropic work. Since then, Azim Premji has shaken the corporate world through his gracious gift of over a third of the company's shares to charity. India Inc. is mandated to part with 2% of the profit. Premji's generosity of transferring 67% economic ownership of the company to charity is unparalleled in the history of corporate charity. The Azim Premji Foundation was also launched around the same time as the Giving Pledge and has contributed immensely to furthering education in India. Specifically, it provides aid to poorly funded government schools in the country. Azim Premji's contribution is seen with pride, grace, and also an inspiration.
This is one of the most successful stories in India. We in India have been very sorry to say that very rich people hardly do enough. They don't give away like Bill Gates has done, Warren Buffett has done, or so many other people across the world. There are no big endowments. But Premji, through his foundation, has given away half his wealth already to the foundation, which is distributing billions of dollars every year. It is not that the foundation is set up as a tax dodge, tax shelter, that the wealth remains with the family. They are actually spending the money very visibly. Therefore, he has earned his reputation now as a philanthropist. And it is a wonderful example in India what the rich and the super rich can do. And other interesting part is, you never see Azim Premji at inaugural functions giving away the money, giving away the checks. It's all done silently, professionally, through the foundation's chief executive officer. Foundation has his name, but nothing more than that. Normally when people do philanthropy, they make sure everybody comes to know about it. But Azim Premji is very invisible.
After signing the Giving Pledge, Premji scripted a new order in corporate philanthropy. He gave a new meaning to the donation by taking grants along the growth of the company through donating in terms of ever-rising company shares. From a modest giving of $1.2 billion in 2013, the donation has grown to $7.5 billion in 6 years, taking the total contribution to $21 billion. Recently, Azim Premji added to the billions of dollars worth he has already donated by committing 34% of shares in his company worth $7.5 billion or 52,750 crore rupees. In a press release, the Azim Premji Foundation said, and I quote, "The foundation's extensive fieldwork in education has been in some of the most disadvantaged parts of India, to help contribute to the improvement of quality and equity of the public, that is, government schooling system. All this work has been in close partnership with various state governments. Currently, this fieldwork is spread across Karnataka, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Puducherry, Telangana and Madhya Pradesh, along with some work in the northeastern states of India."
If you remember, he's the first Indian. He's the first Indian, I repeat, who has got the honor to be in the queue along with Warren Buffett and Bill of Microsoft at that time, to be the first person who agreed to donate more than 50%, because there is a qualifying criteria of more than 50% of your wealth. And he was the first person who did it, the first Indian who did it. So obviously, he is a person who has created not only a story of business success, but also the record of philanthropic initiative which he committed at that time. If you remember, if I remember, it is in the March this year itself, he spent about 50,000-60,000 crores to this mission, so that if I remember now, his share into philanthropic foundations is 1,40,000 crore rupees plus.
The initiative to support other not-for-profits by providing multi-year grants was started in 2014 by the foundation. The India Philanthropy Report 2019 by management consultancy firm Bain & Company had indicated that India's super rich were giving less to social causes than they were 5 years ago, a trend which the 73-year-old Premji is certainly not following. Premji stands committed to the belief, the more you earn, the more you give. With inputs from Vipul Agarwal, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. Azim Premji has been at the helm of Wipro for 53 years. a company that started off as a small vegetable oil manufacturing company back in 1945. And after 74 years of being in business, it has emerged as one of the most successful information technology company with over 160,000 employees serving clients across 6 continents. In our next report, let's look at Wipro's growth journey over the years.
The journey of Wipro to becoming the third largest IT services firm in India in 2018-19 began on 29th of December 1945 in Amalner, Maharashtra. It was then that Mohammad Hashim Premji incorporated Western India Vegetable Products Limited. The company was initially set up as a manufacturer of vegetable ghee, vanaspati and refined oils under the trade names of Kisan, Sunflower and Camel. The company logo still contains a sunflower to reflect their original business. After Mohammad Premji's death in 1966, his son, Azim Premji, took over the company at the age of 21. During the 1970s and 1980s, the company shifted its focus and began to look into business opportunities in the IT and computing industry, which was at a developing stage in India at that time. On 7th June 1977, the name of the company was changed from Western India Vegetable Products Limited to Wipro Products Limited. Currently, Wipro is operating in 4 major market segments: IT products and services, consumer care and lighting, healthcare, and infrastructure engineering. The year 1980 marked the arrival of Wipro in the IT domain, launching IT services for the domestic market. In the year 1982, the name was changed from Wipro Products Limited to Wipro Limited. In 1984, Wipro Limited diversified into software companies which were later discontinued in 1990s. In 1985, Wipro began manufacturing personal computers and workstations.
Of totally different fields. Cooking oil is one of the basic bulk items. There's nothing great technical about it. It's marketing. You got a brand and you sell it. You make as cheap as possible and sell it. And there was a big shortage of cooking oil in the country because we were switching over from the traditional oils, handmade oils and ghee and other things. So he took advantage of that and he managed that. And then he realized there is no future, that you can only sell so much cooking oil in India. There are other competitors. So he switched over to the IT sector, where the field was just starting. And it is literally limitless, depending on how much you can work, how much initiative you have, how many new ideas you have. And therefore, he entered a radically different field. He didn't enter real estate, hotel business, tourism, very safe businesses where property values go up. He went into an entirely unknown field and made a very big success and name for himself and his company.
Currently, Wipro Limited has over 130,000 employees and clients across 54 countries. While IT remains one of the most successful operations, Wipro has captured a considerable market share in the FMCG segment and healthcare segments too in the past few decades. In 1988, Wipro diversified into heavy-duty industrial cylinders and mobile hydraulic cylinders. In 1989, Wipro GE Medical Systems Private Limited was set up for the manufacture, sale and service of diagnostic and imaging products. The market saw the launch of Santur talcum powder and Wipro Baby Soft range of baby toiletries in 1990. 5 of Wipro's manufacturing and development facilities secured the ISO 9001 certification during 1994-95. In the year 1999, Wipro released Super Genius personal computers. In the year 2000, Wipro was listed on the New York Stock Exchange. In 2002, Wipro became the first ISO 14001 certified software technology and services company in India. In 2008, Wipro entered the clean energy business with Wipro Eco Energy. In 2012, Wipro Limited demerged its consumer care, lighting, furniture, infrastructure engineering businesses into a separate company, Wipro Enterprises Limited. In 2016, Wipro acquired Appirio, an Indianapolis-based cloud services company, for $500 million. In 2018, the company began building software to help with the General Data Protection Regulation in Europe. To compete with Hindustan Unilever and Procter & Gamble, in May 2018, Wipro Consumer Care and Lighting announced it would increase Indian distribution of its acquired personal care brands Enchantor and Yardley.
You see, his father, he was, if I remember, it was 45 or 46. He started with the vegetable oil, refined oil and all these things. And when he took over, as I told you, he was very young, and for him, he started with that business. But gradually he could recognize the writings of the wall that it is the information technology which will have a place in age to come. If you see today, IT industry itself employs over 44 million people, over 40 lakh people. And when he started, moved to IT, it was in a very, very small measure as far big players world over they were in this business, all right? So these three people, I name them, one is Azim Premji from Wipro, second Narayan Murthy from Infosys, and third Mr. Kohli from TCS. These are the three people. They gave such a push. So this was definitely a very clear realization what is the future as far business is concerned.
This year, IIT Kharagpur has partnered with Wipro for advanced research in 5G and artificial intelligence. IIT Kharagpur and Wipro will focus on artificial intelligence research applicable in the healthcare, education and retail sectors, as well as in domains such as climate change and cybersecurity. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
So that's it from us in today's edition of In Depth. We'll be back same time on Monday with a focus on some other significant subject. You can also watch our program online on YouTube and Twitter. And don't forget to send your feedback and suggestions about our program. Thank you for your time.